I was thinking about this on the plane when I was on the way here. How I was on FaceTime with my dad when we were at dinner in Bucharest, and Andrew got to speak to my dad for a little bit briefly, and that was just like a weird sight to see, because from like internet world, and like my dad doesn't even especially he's been critical and he's saying like I don't agree with everything, but I just had like a flashback of that today. And also the same dinner we kept talking about, like how I remember even on the emergency meeting I was saying that like, oh, I was thinking about moving to Croatia or like some part of Eastern Europe because of how they were speaking positively about it. But, ultimately, like even speaking to Ryan Dawson now, I'm like, oh, Japan. I am realizing that I'm very easily influenced, chat. I think everybody kind of tends to realize that. I did a podcast with Mohammed Hijab the other day. I'm not sure when it's dropping, but it was pretty much like an hour and a half of Mohammed Hijab trying to convert me to Islam, not really letting me talk, because I know even like when I talk to Young Don the Sauce God, it's like he's just trying to convert me to Christianity. He'll call me up and like the Bible. People can tell that I am easily influenced, and then even that you get the feminists and you get Destiny in your apartment and they're like, let me blue pill you. Everybody, I don't think people, do you notice that, chat? And like same thing with Fresh and Fit, they're like, oh, you never listen. Everyone thinks that they know everything and that I'm like a vessel to go and join them. Have you noticed that? I don't think it's a bad thing, but I've noticed that difference compared to most other people. Don't worry, Burnout says I am too. Well, I think I'm open-minded. It's good to be critical, to think critically, but it's because you're low bro, Nico. Bro, Nico, you are actually low bro. Well, most everyone young is, but I'm not even that young. Like I'm turning 20. I'm 24. I'm not even that young. That's what kind of bugs me. Hello, Sneako, greetings to Bucharest. Shout out to Bucharest. I mean, not Dicot and everything, but yeah, Bucharest was fun. But yeah, I remember just sitting at dinner and then like handing over FaceTime. And it's just seeing like Andrew on my phone, like talking to my dad. They're like, hey, nice to meet you, G. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? But yeah, a lesson I've just been realizing recently, like talking to a lot of people that are extremely smart. Even though I disagree with Destiny and disagree with some things, Dawson, I don't actually disagree with pretty much anything. I think he's a little bit too pessimistic, but Ryan Dawson's really smart. Is that you should be a little more. Well, look at me trying to influence my chat, but this is just like life advice. Like I think you should be a little more set in stone in what you believe in. But it's hard, man. It's hard, like especially if you grew up in the digital age. There's so many different influences all the time.